Ladies and gentlemen, it's very good to be back with you once again. You know the effect of Taylor Sheridan's TV hit Yellowstone and last year's box office and streaming surprise hit Old Henry has really sparked a revival in the Western genre, even though one was modern day and the other one was more indigenous to the times. The latest entree is a tale penned by Carl Lucas, which manages to fuse the woman warrior agenda so popular in Tinseltown nowadays with gunslingers and Nicolas Cage. Now, cinematic class is about to begin. Your professor is it. Greetings, salutations, and other sundry affair. I am your cinematic professor and purveyor of truth in movies, and tonight's lesson plan is a film called The Old Way, and it is indicative that there are indeed methods to infuse the current Hollywood agenda and propaganda into movies and still retain entertainment value. Now, that happens in this movie, which combines standard Western revenge template with seasonings from Quick and the Dead, and if you remember, The Unforgiven, and even bits and pieces of The Shootist as well. Colton Briggs was a rather infamous gunslinger back in the day, but then, like many men, he found true love, hung up his pistols, and became a family man. But as with most gunslingers, the past eventually comes knocking on your door. When it does, it can destroy an awful lot of the life that you've created. That's what happens to Colton. And once again, he has to go into his chest, pull out his gun belt, and seek revenge on those who have destroyed his life. But this time, his 12-year-old daughter, Brooke, is in tow.
I want you to understand how good a woman your mama was. She took Colton Briggs, the coldest killer that I've ever met, and she turned him into a family man.
My mama's dead now.
Coming in one way or another.
Tell me the names of the men who did this.
As long as that little girl is alive, there's no room for vengeance.
You're protecting a killer.
From another killer.
Can you teach me how to shoot?
Both of you put your hands behind your back.
Now, Briggs,
Especially that Rossi.
My father wants your gun.
I'll blow her brains all over this valley.
You ain't scared of nothing.
If Briggs decides he's coming, Colton Briggs is coming.
Sound like he's the one who's scared.
My whole life, I'd seen fear in the eyes of every man I ever met.
please don't come.
Let's do this the old way.
Is my father still a good man?
You boys woke up the devil.
The Old Way is directed by Sion Michel, and it is edited in perfect film length by Frederick Wardell. Now, there's only one scene in here that I had a little problem with and probably should have been left on the editing room floor. It's when Colton actually pulls his gun on Brooke. It doesn't really fit in the narrative that's being laid out, and it breaks in keeping with the character, and as such, doesn't really belong in the movie. Starring along with Nick Cage in this movie is Ryan Kira Armstrong as his daughter Brooke. Nick Searcy comes along as the marshal who's trying to get a hold on these two warring factions. And James McAllister, who is the heavy in this, is played by Noah LaGrosse. They all do a fine job on this. And it turns, good characterizations, good acting, enough to get you through a Western. But now, it's time for us to peel back the veils of time and go back to the early Cretaceous period for the nation's first and only prehistoric film critic, Rex Reed.
Trust me now. To make this Western enjoyable and not over.
The Old Way is currently available in select theaters, and it's also available video on demand and most streaming platforms. The movie is a little bit predictable, but it's still very enjoyable to watch. And now that you have learned what you have learned, here endeth your lesson.